I actually can't believe this is happening. Days after Adam Foote revealed that Tolopilo will be the backup goaltender for the Vancouver Canucks, we get a huge update coming from Patrik Allvin on goaltender Kevin Lankinen that has completely changed all plans heading into this road trip with a big update on their goaltender and yet another move by the Vancouver Canucks. We have so much to break down in this episode. Before we get into that, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone watching. If you're part of the almost 57% watching this and you want to stay up to date on what's going to be a hectic second half for the Vancouver Canucks with trade reports, make sure you're going to hit that free subscribe button. It means the world, and in return, we'll give you daily updates from all around the team. But with that, let's just dive straight into it today, where yesterday Adam Foote spoke to the media, revealing quite a bit about the Vancouver Canucks going in on Thatcher Demko, Tolopilo, Kevin Lankinen, and just seeing the quote from November 24th yesterday. I mean, Dimmer is going to join us on the trip. I'm not sure if he'd be ready at the end of it or not. I can't see Lankinen playing the first three, so chances are you will see Tolopilo. Now looking at this, we know Kevin Lankinen was taking over the biggest workload for the Vancouver Canucks with Demko out. We see Yuri Patera step in for one game versus the Florida Panthers, which did not turn out the way the Vancouver Canucks wanted after allowing 8 goals. But now we get a report coming from themselves going in to say that Patrik Allvin announced that Kevin Lankinen will not travel with the team due to personal reasons, and Yuri Patera has been recalled from Abbotsford under emergency conditions. Now looking at this, the biggest thing is the Vancouver Canucks are not only without their number one goaltender in Thatcher Demko. Will he be traveling with his team? Yes. But we do know from the reports that there is a strong chance he will not play. Now we're without Kevin Lankinen, the backup goaltender who took over the number one spot, and we are down to the starters, or at least one starter from the Abbotsford Canucks in Tolopilo and Yuri Patera coming up. Now looking at the Canucks, we know this management group has made it clear they want to get younger. With this, I do hope everything is fine with Kevin Lankinen as a person, as we know the Vancouver Canucks want to make sure all their players are fine. Knowing this is not an injury is a nice sight, but we hope he is fine as a person as well. But going into this, now going on a road trip down to California, the Vancouver Canucks are down to just 2 goaltenders in this roster, with Tolopilo getting majority of the starts, and we're going to see Yuri Patera step in. Now with this, I do expect seeing Tolopilo on the game versus the Anaheim Ducks, probably playing the San Jose Sharks, and then throwing in Yuri Patera as the backup goaltender versus the LA Kings, which does leave one more game versus the Colorado Avalanche, the best team in the NHL, and the Canucks are going to have to decide if Thatcher Demko will be ready or if they're going to have to continue with the goaltenders they have. Now, looking at this, we know the struggles the Canucks have been having. They can't get consistent goal scoring going from their entire team. The defense has been lackluster, and now their goaltenders are down to their AHL goaltenders. And listen, I want to point it out as well. This will be the 4th goaltender to suit up for the Vancouver Canucks this season, with Thatcher Demko, Kevin Lankinen, Tolopilo, and Yuri Patera all getting into games. And when looking at Abbotsford, they have went through 6 goaltenders as well. So this is a Canucks organization. The franchise itself is dealing with so many injuries, and they continue piling up, which sucks to see. Now listen, I'm not going to sit here and say, listen, Tolopilo is a guaranteed loss. We've seen how good he can be in the AHL last year. Artur Shilovs, of course, stole the show, leading them to a Calder championship, but Tolopilo stood his ground and did the same thing before going out with an injury, as he was dealing with before being called up. So we know Tolopilo, the 6'6" goaltender from Belarus, is a goaltender that has a bright future, still quite young, 25 years old. But with him being the starting goaltenders for the Vancouver Canucks, it's going to get very interesting how they handle this workload with Yuri Patera once again coming up as the backup. Now, he's been the backup for quite some time with Thatcher Demko out and, of course, Tolopilo being injured, but now he will come up and most likely get into some action once again, as the Canucks have these 3 games coming up on the road trip, plus the game versus Colorado. So you have 4 games with potentially none of your starting goaltenders or backup goaltenders, or your backup goaltender. So looking at the Vancouver Canucks, it's going to get very interesting on how they handle this. Now, once again, Yuri Patera had a bad game versus the Florida Panthers. I don't want to put all the blame on him. This was a bad game from the Canucks, but having an 825 save percentage with Tolopilo stepping in with a 901 save percentage, as soon as I can find it. This year in the AHL, the Canucks might have a rough road trip, and we know they've already had a rough go to start this season. I mean, looking at the numbers, we're going to bring this up every single episode because they're going to fluctuate. Right now, the Vancouver Canucks sit with the 4th worst odds to make it to the playoffs, and of course, going on the right side, the more positive output of this, they have the 3rd best chance to land the number 1 overall pick. Now, this road trip's going to go 2 ways. We're going to see the Canucks come out and look like a full team of Wayne Gretzky's and absolute dominate this trip, bouncing them up in the standings, which fans are going to feel really strange about, or they're going to come in, struggle, drop in the standings even more, which is going to push the Canucks into the conversation where I just showed it of Gavin McKenna. Now, with this, looking at this Canucks team, there's so much to kind of look at and hinge on this road trip. We know they've made it very certain they want to get younger. If you go onto this road trip and you're losing 3 or 4 straight games after dropping the game versus the Dallas Stars, their best game of the season, dropping a game versus the last place Calgary team, second because Nashville's terrible, and then dropping the game versus Florida, if you're stringing together 6 straight losses, there's going to be a move made at some point. I'm just worried, and the biggest thing around this is Adam Foote looking at Thatcher Demko and rushing him into a game in a season where the Canucks and their management finally look like they're having a direction of getting younger and writing the season off. If you rush in Thatcher Demko, he gets re-injured or steals you these games. Listen, I love this Canucks team winning. I want nothing else but this Canucks team to win every single game, 82-0, going into the playoffs, 16-0, winning a Stanley Cup. But it's going to get very interesting on how things turn out on this road trip of fans. What is your thoughts? This feels like a fever dream, seeing that Thatcher Demko could be back. He's going to travel with the team. Now seeing Kevin Lankinen will not travel with the team due to personal reasons. He could rejoin the group, but at the very moment, this is a Canucks team 3rd worst in the NHL, running a goaltending tandem of Tolopilo and Yuri Patera. Once again, shout out to both of them because I love their games. Just with a team that wants to win some games, this might not be the best recipe. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. And speaking on comments, let's go straight into comments today. Coming through, Gavin McKenna is a left wing, not a center. And listen, Lucas Reichel was not a center, and he played center on this team. We're seeing reports that Brock Boeser is testing his waters at center as well. I think the biggest thing is the Canucks are going to go into this draft with a potential top 3 pick that could alter this team. You take the best available, you go out to add someone, hopefully someone that joins the team immediately. If you get the 1st overall pick, look at the New York Islanders. Matthew Schaefer is immediately making impacts, looking like one of the best defensemen in the NHL, not the best. Quinn Hughes, of course, but this is a team that has the opportunity to use a write-off year, get a top pick, inject him into your lineup with Braden Cooch joining the team as well. This team has a bright future. We need to get over this rough spot and hope things change. But Canucks fans, leave your thoughts down below. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. I'll be back with another episode, maybe 2 tonight, so keep your eye out for that. But I've been your host, Mark, and take care, Canucks fans.